Have you ever found yourself wide awake between 2 a.m. and 4 a.m., staring at the ceiling while the world sleeps? You're not alone. For millions of people over 60 in the U.S., waking up in the middle of the night has become a silent, frustrating routine. And while most people dismiss it as just part of aging, your body may actually be trying to tell you something important. Let's dive into what that early morning wake-up call could really mean and what you can do about it. First, let's talk about something called the Chinese body clock. According to traditional Chinese medicine, our organs run on a 24-hour energy cycle, with each organ system being most active during a 2-hour window. Between 1 a.m. and 3 a.m., the liver is at its peak activity. Between 3 a.m. and 5 a.m., it's the lungs. If you're waking up during those hours, your body might be signaling an imbalance, physically, emotionally, or spiritually. For instance, waking up between 2 a.m. and 3 a.m. could suggest your liver is working overtime, not just to filter out physical toxins, but also emotional ones. Are you carrying stress, resentment, or unspoken anger to bed? The liver is deeply connected to those feelings, and they don't just disappear when you sleep. Similarly, waking up around 3 a.m. to 4 a.m. could point to grief or sadness affecting your lungs. In Western medicine, we might call it sleep fragmentation or cortisol disruption. But no matter the label, your sleep is being disturbed for a reason. Research shows that as we age, our sleep architecture changes, meaning we get less deep sleep and more light sleep. That makes us more sensitive to internal shifts and even subtle noises. A study from the Sleep Foundation noted that people over 60 experience more frequent awakenings due to reduced melatonin production. Melatonin is that magical hormone that regulates your sleep-wake cycle, and after 60, our natural levels start to drop significantly. That's one part of the story, but it's not the whole story. Hormones, emotional health, physical pain, and even how much light you get during the day all play a role. Let's take a real example. Meet Carol, 67, from Michigan. She started waking up every night at 2:30 a.m. No matter how tired she was, she'd be up for at least an hour. After journaling her thoughts and tracking her food, she realized she was unknowingly eating sugar late at night, and also hadn't dealt with the emotional weight of losing a close friend a year ago. When she adjusted her evening routine, added a magnesium supplement, and started a simple breathing practice before bed, her 2 a.m. wake-ups disappeared. Another case is Robert, 72, from Texas. He'd wake up at 3:45 a.m. almost every night. Turns out, he wasn't eating enough protein during the day, leading to unstable blood sugar levels at night. His doctor recommended a light evening snack with protein and fiber, like almond butter on a whole grain cracker, and it worked like a charm. Stories like Carol's and Robert's aren't rare. In fact, they highlight a truth we often forget. Our bodies are always talking to us. At 60 and beyond, the volume just gets louder. Whether it's unprocessed emotions, blood sugar dips, chronic pain, or even dehydration, your body is giving you signs, not to frustrate you, but to help you return to balance. So what can you do if you're constantly waking up between 2 a.m. and 4 a.m.? Start by listening. Keep a sleep whisper journal by your bed. Each time you wake up, write what you're thinking, how your body feels, and what time it happened. Over time, patterns may emerge. Next, create a bedtime routine that supports deep rest. Avoid screens an hour before bed. Try gentle stretching, and if you're open to it, listen to calming sounds or guided sleep meditations. Supplements like magnesium glycinate, L-theanine, or melatonin can also help, but always speak to your doctor first. Spiritually, it's also worth asking, what am I holding on to that I haven't healed yet? Many over 60 carry unspoken grief, guilt, or questions that deserve compassion. This is the age where reflection deepens. Some experts believe that nighttime wakefulness is not a disorder, but a spiritual invitation to pray, to process, to simply be still. If you're up, maybe it's not a mistake. Maybe it's a moment meant for peace. Let's also talk about hydration. Yes, that's simple. Dehydration can sneak up on older adults because our sense of thirst dulls with age. If you're not drinking enough water during the day, it could be contributing to restless sleep. Try drinking a glass of water with electrolytes in the early evening. Not too late to wake you up for the bathroom, but early enough to hydrate your cells. Let's not ignore temperature either. Older adults often have disrupted thermoregulation, meaning their body struggles to maintain a consistent temperature through the night. If your room is too warm or your blankets too heavy, you might wake up more easily. Ideal room temperature, between 60 and 67 degrees Fahrenheit. And then there's medication. Many people 60 plus are on prescriptions that impact sleep, either directly or through side effects like frequent urination or nighttime anxiety. If you're waking at the same time every night, consider speaking with your doctor or pharmacist. Adjusting dosage times or switching meds might improve things. Also, try natural light therapy. Getting at least 20 minutes of morning sunlight can reset your circadian rhythm and boost melatonin production at night. It may sound small, but it's one of the most powerful changes you can make. And here's another tip. Don't fight it. If you wake up, avoid staring at the clock or reaching for your phone. Instead, sit up, breathe slowly, and maybe read something peaceful or meditate. Turning the wake-up into a gentle ritual can shift your relationship with sleep from fear to trust. In many ways, these hours between 2 and 4 a.m. are sacred. They strip away the noise of the day. They leave us with just ourselves, and that can be powerful. Many older adults say they've had their clearest thoughts, their most honest prayers, and even deep healing in those quiet hours. Waking up at night doesn't mean your life is broken. It might just mean your body, your spirit, and your story are asking for attention. And if you're still wondering, but why now after all these years? That's a great question. The truth is, sleep isn't just about rest. It's also about repair. And after 60, your body goes into deep maintenance mode. Think of your body like a wise old house. It's held up through storms, changes, and seasons. But now, the creaks and whispers at night aren't flaws. They're feedback. As we age, our nervous system can become more sensitive. Our adrenal glands, the ones that control our fight or flight response, may overreact to even small stressors. This could cause a surge of cortisol, your body's stress hormone, between 2 a.m. and 4 a.m., jolting you awake even if there's no danger. That's not your body betraying you. It's trying to protect you. But it also means it's time to slow down, breathe deeper, and care for that inner system. Let's take a moment to talk about emotions and memory. As we age, the brain's process of consolidating memory shifts. Some researchers believe that waking up in these hours is the brain's way of dealing with emotional backlog. Maybe it's a memory from childhood, a conversation you never finished, or a loss that was too big to face in the daylight. This is why gentle nighttime routines like gratitude journaling, slow breathing, or even speaking out loud to a loved one who's passed can be so powerful. You're not going crazy. You're healing. You're reconnecting. You're remembering who you are. Also, let's be honest. Life after 60 often comes with more silence. Kids are grown. Work may have slowed or stopped. The phone rings less. And in that silence, the soul speaks louder. Waking at 2 a.m. might not be a disorder. It might be an invitation to be present with your own soul again. A beautiful time to speak to God, to reflect on your purpose, or to simply let your mind rest without rushing. If you've ever sat by a window at 3 a.m. and watched the stillness of the world outside, you know what I mean. It's holy, it's healing, and it's yours. But we also need to stay practical. Sleep hygiene matters, so take a look around your bedroom. Is there too much light coming in? Do you have blue light exposure from a TV or phone before bed? Is your mattress supporting your body the way it used to? Don't be afraid to invest in small comforts like blackout curtains, white noise machines, or even weighted blankets. Comfort matters, especially now. You deserve to feel safe, held, and nurtured during the night. And please, don't downplay how medications or medical conditions can impact sleep. If you have sleep apnea, diabetes, heart issues, or restless leg syndrome, those can all lead to 2 a.m. wake-ups. So rule those out with your doctor. But even if the body checks out fine, don't ignore the soul. Sometimes the most healing answers come not from a pill, but from a pause. Now, let's revisit that Chinese body clock for a moment. It's not just poetic, it's a tool. The liver, peaking at 1 to 3 a.m., is responsible for detoxifying not just your body, but your life. The lungs, active between 3 and 5 a.m., connect to grief and letting go. What are you still holding on to? What forgiveness hasn't happened yet? What fear is still whispering to you in the dark? These are deep questions, but this stage of life is rich soil for deep answers. And if all of this feels overwhelming, start with something small. Drink warm chamomile tea before bed. Put a lavender sachet under your pillow. Dim your lights an hour earlier. Read something calming, not stimulating. These small acts add up. They send your body a message. It's okay to rest now. You are safe. And above all, remember, this isn't your fault. You didn't do anything wrong. In fact, waking up might mean your body is working just fine. It's aware, alert, and doing its best to keep you well. That's something to honor, not shame. And for some of you, this 2 a.m. hour might become a sacred rhythm, a quiet time to journal, pray, or simply sit with yourself without distraction. What if, instead of fighting the wake-up, you welcomed it as a teacher? What if it became a daily dose of stillness in a world that never stops? That shift in mindset could transform the way you see sleep altogether. You're not broken. You're breaking open. Like the dawn that slowly breaks the dark, your journey is unfolding in a beautiful way. And guess what? You don't have to figure it all out alone. Here in the 60+ chapter community, we talk about these things not because we have all the answers, but because we believe in asking the right questions. We believe aging isn't about disappearing. It's about awakening, about living more honestly, loving more deeply, and sleeping more peacefully. And if you've made it this far in the video, you're not just curious. You're ready. Ready to understand your body. Ready to honor your journey. Ready to sleep, not just with your eyes closed, but with your heart open. At the 60+ chapter, we believe in creating a life you love, mainly after 60+ age, where not much people and supports are with you. Every story we share is meant to bring hope, knowledge, and tools that help you live better, not just longer. We are here for you, and we'll keep bringing you real stories, practical tips, and trusted advice every day. Don't keep this to yourself. Share this video with someone who needs to listen, or if it simply gave you hope, please take a moment right now to click subscribe. It costs you nothing, but it means everything to us. It helps us reach more people like you, and it keeps the 60+ chapter channel going strong. Let's grow this beautiful community together.